Good morning, this is Dwayne, and today I would like to show you 5 easy ways to make your piano playing sound better immediately without practice. Now you probably think I'm pulling your leg and that's not possible, but just stick with me now. You'll find out that it's really true. There's 5 ways that you can improve your piano playing right now without any practice, okay? And I'm not talking about classical music here, although some of this applies to classical music, but I'm basically applying it to any kind of pop music, gospel music, anything like that, okay? Anything that's non-classical, in other words. Okay, the first way is to make it sound better is to use the entire keyboard. Most people play in the middle of the keyboard, you know. They play in this range somewhere. And that's fine, but there's 88 keys from low A to the top C there, okay? And while you don't want to use it all the time, you can certainly use it to make things more interesting. For example, let's say you're playing Moon River. And then the second time through, instead of playing here, how about up here? Okay, you don't have to play fancy to play higher or lower. In other words, you can play one phrase or one verse here and one verse up here. Just give it some contrast. Okay, and don't be afraid to play low either. It gives it a nice, strong sound when you play down there, there sometimes. So use the whole keyboard. That's tip number 1. The second thing you can do to make your playing sound better immediately is use more dynamics. Most people talk just all one level. They don't get louder or softer for the most part. Great speakers, though, you'll notice they get loud, they get soft, and they keep your interest that way. And it's the same way in piano playing or any kind of music. If you use a lot of contrast, it's a lot more interesting. Let's say you're playing Satin Doll. Well, the second time through, you might want to go, or even, you see, contrast between louds and the softs. You should always be getting a little louder, getting a little softer. Try not to play at the same level. So that's 2 things you can do right away. Doesn't take any practice at all. Just do it. Like Nike says, just do it, okay? Use the whole keyboard and use more dynamics. The third thing you can do to make your playing more interesting is use the pedal more. Most people, again, don't use the pedal enough. They either keep the pedal down too long, so it sounds like this, or they don't use it at all. You know, and it's a shame because just by using the damper pedal, the pedal on the right, sustain pedal, you can, by letting it up on every beat, every time you change chords, it makes it smooth. See that? So what you do is you play a chord, you push the pedal down as you play the chord, and as you play the next chord, you let it up and push it down again. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. No matter what the chord is, you let your pedal up and down often, okay? So that's the third thing. The fourth thing you can do is add embellishments. An embellishment is any kind of little figure you can add to it. Let me go back to Moon River. If I go like this, that sounds nice, but listen. That's an embellishment. I slid off that D flat to D. Now you don't want to use it too much, but it's a nice touch if you use it. That's an embellishment too. It's called a turn. Instead of playing one note, it goes like this. Well, but if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's called a turn, okay? And there's different kinds of embellishments, and I won't get into that. That's a whole subject of its own, but there's mordants and there's turns and trills and so on. But you can just start out by sliding off a black note or two, and not too much, but if you do it a little bit, it adds a lot to your piano playing, okay? And the fifth thing you can do is add echoes. Add echoes to your playing. Let's say you're playing. Okay, an echo could be just when you play the melody and you have time, you can go up an octave, just play the same note, like that I just did. Or you can play the whole chord. And if you know how to break up chords, then you can break them up and run them up the keyboard like this. Okay, so you start out very simply, just making an echo of what you did last, okay? Whatever you did last, just echo it. And remember that an echo is always softer than the thing you're echoing. In other words, if you yell down the Grand Canyon, "Hello there," well, the echo is going to come back like it sounds in the distance. It's not going to be louder than your voice. So echo softly when you echo, okay? Well, there's 5 things you can do right now without learning anything more about the piano, without practice. Just use a whole keyboard, use dynamics, use your pedal oftener, start using embellishments, and do echoes. So that's it. Thanks for being with me, and we'll see you tomorrow with another idea. Bye-bye for now.